Greetings, YouTube. The Doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons & Dragons. And today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we're talking about the spell Lightning Bolt. What are we going to give this one? I think we're going to give this one an A-. Not as good as a Fireball, but almost as good. Basically, it's very similar spell, other than a different type of damage and a different shape. So, Lightning Bolt is a third-level spell that is usable by sorcerers, wizards, Circle of the Land Mountain Druids, the Fathomless Warlocks, and Armor Artificers. So, it takes one action, has a range of self 100 feet, so it starts from you. So you do have to keep that in mind. Fireball does not start from you. Fireball gets launched to an area and then it explodes within range. It's verbal, somatic, and material component, which is worthless, so that's okay. School of Evocation, which is important because we're going to talk about that, and it's a dex save, not the greatest save in the world. And it does lightning damage. Not as much in the game is resistant to lightning as it is fire, but you do have to watch out for creatures like flesh golems that do heal from lightning damage. You do have to be very careful at that. So if you build your character around this or lightning damage theme, this is probably going to be your centerpiece spell, and you do have to just keep in mind that you're going to be pretty worthless if you come up against something that's lightning immune or heals from lightning, because I don't think there's very much that heals from fire, but there definitely is things that heal from lightning. So a stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide blasts out from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in the line must make a dex saving throw, and because it's a line, it's an area. A creature takes 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save, has as much on a successful one. And of course, we get the wonderful sentence, lightning ignites flammable objects in the area that are not being worn or carried, as if worn or carried objects are automatically fireproof for some reason in Dungeons & Dragons. That scroll or that book that you're holding in your hand is so fireproof until you drop it on the ground, and then it's not fireproof anymore. Don't get it, but that's a stupid rule that I think Dungeons & Dragons put in that makes no sense, even rule mechanically. I think they just wanted to do that so people couldn't get their stuff torched. So, and then you can upcast it. So if you cast it higher than a third level, it's a d6 for every slot above third. So let's talk about a few things. So it's School of Evocation, and of course, we can sculpt spell if we are part of the Evocation School, which when we cast an evocation spell that affects a creature that you can see, you can choose a number of targets equal to 1 plus the spell's level. This would be 4 or more. The chosen creatures automatically succeed on their saving throws against the spell and take no damage if they would normally take half damage. So this is one of those that is great for an evocation wizard. You can cast it without having to worry about blasting your own party. And of course, then there is Empowered. You add your intelligence modifier to 1 damage roll of any wizard evocation spell you cast. So that's every time you cast one. And then there's Overchannel. There's that. School of Divination gives you the Portent dice, which can allow you to force something to pretty much fail a saving throw if you roll low on one of those dice. Sorcerers have a few things. So we've got Heighten Spell or Quicken Spell. So either one of these, you can heighten the spell giving a single creature disadvantage, or you could quicken it and cast it with a bonus action. You can't twin it. And I think empowering it's okay, but it allows you to reroll a number of dice up to your charisma modifier, which probably should be around a +4, so you could reroll 4 different dice by doing that. As far as the optional classes or the sorceress origins, I looked at Storm Sorcery, and it doesn't really do anything for storm spells. It just does a lot of storm things, but not really for spells. So Wild Magic, however, does do a few different things. So you have this Bend Luck ability that you can use to cause things to take a penalty to their saving throw. So there is that. And the other class that I was looking at with this is the Tempest Domain Cleric. Now, you would have to take, to get this, you would have to take several levels in Cleric. So if we go to Cleric, you get the Channel Divinity Power, and that's what we're looking for, which resets on a short or long rest. And then if we come back down here, you get Wrath of the Storm at 5th level. So, but you get Destructive Wrath. And this is the one I was looking at. Starting at 2nd level, you can use a Channel Divinity to wield Power of the Storm with unchecked ferocity. When you roll lightning damage, this is lightning damage, or thunder damage, you can use your Channel Divinity to deal maximum damage instead of rolling. So you walk in and you go, I am casting, let's say you're casting 8th level spells. I am casting an 8th level lightning bolt, which is going to do 12d6 damage. And I am going to go ahead and pop off my Destructive Wrath. Maximum damage, 72 points of damage. So there you go. There is that. This is something you can use in your back pocket. And there are probably a few other spells too that you can get as a 2nd or 3rd level cleric. But you could combine that cleric with Sorcerer Wizard. Definitely you could combine it with Circle of the Land Mountain Druid. Or Fathomless Warlock. You just need to be able to cast this spell, and then you can do this if you've got the level of clerics. I like this a lot. I like that a lot. That seems very potent. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.